Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya, a guide to spiritual life, spiritual teachings of Swami Brahmananda, continuation of chapter 42, page number 214. Swami Brahmananji continues. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, "He who has renounced everything for God has every right to make demands of him." Sri Ramakrishna used to say, "He who has renounced everything for God has every right to make demands of him." Has every right to make demands of God, as one can enduringly make demands of one's parents and relatives, so a devotee has the right to press God for his vision. God answers the sincere prayer of the devotee immediately. God answers the sincere prayer of the devotee immediately. He who has been touched by God knows what inexpressible bliss it is. Compared to it, worldly pleasures, so dear to most people, become worthless and insipid. The Master Sri Ramakrishna further said, "Those who have shunned sense pleasures for God have already covered 3/4 of the journey." Sri Ramakrishna further said, "Those who have shunned sense pleasures for God have already covered 3/4 of the journey." Is it so easy to give up physical enjoyments? Man attains the power of renunciation through the grace of God and through the result of austerities in his previous birth. Train your mind in such a way that carnal desires do not have a chance to rise in it. Train your mind in such a way that carnal desires, sexual desires, do not have a chance to rise in it. It's extremely difficult to lead this life. This path is not as easy as you young boys think. Do you know what it is like? It is like walking on the sharp edge of a sword. Every moment there is a chance of being sliced to pieces. Without unbroken chastity, Brahmacharya, it is almost impossible to walk on this path. And again, it is very difficult, nay, impossible, to maintain Brahmacharya without love and faith in God. Without love and faith in God, it is very difficult, nay, impossible to maintain Brahmacharya. You have to live in a world full of enjoyments and luxuries. Every day you see before you more than 99% of the people madly running about after sense pleasures. As a result, there is every possibility that you could receive those worldly impressions in your mind. Once you have that worldly experience, there is very little chance for you. Once you have that worldly experience, there is very little chance for you. So Brahmananji Maharaj advises all of us to shun sense pleasures in order to receive divine grace. To be continued. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.